Well, hello everyone. My name is Heather Shores, and I teach at Brandenburg Middle School. And I am one of the I3 techs, and I work with Arlie Barton, who works at Lyles. And we are here today to talk with you about NewsELA. Some people pronounce it NewsELA, but it just makes sense for me to call it NewsELA. And we're going to be going over, or I'm going to be showing you some of the new updates that NewsELA has, not only for English teachers, but I believe it can be used for several other subjects, and I'll be going over that as well. But before we get started, I'm going to switch to my screen so that you can see the screen that I'm working on. And give me just a minute. I have to remember how to do that. I'm going to screen share. And hopefully now you can see my screen. And it looks kind of strange, I'm sure. But I'm going to pull up a blank Google. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is that we are going over ISTE Standard 1, and it's called Empowered Learning, or Empowered Learner. Students leverage technology to take an active role in choosing, achieving, and demonstrating competency in their goals, informed by the learning community. And so I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to go to NewsELA, and I feel like it's becoming a more and more familiar application. And the reason why it was so widely accepted is because it just offered a very simple interface, and it offered something that teachers could use immediately. If you're new to NewsELA, it is literally it's a place to look up articles. And they started out doing just current events. Like, for example, you can see the tragedy that happened yesterday. But they have moved, if you look on their library, they have moved into all kinds of categories. Current events and history, and then also just they've got this one right here, or they used to have it. Issue Spotlight is really good for making your students aware of what's going on around them. And so, but this is not really for my newcomers. This webinar is for my people who have maybe been using NewsELA a lot, and they want to see, hey, how can I take it to the next level without using or spending money on the Get Pro stuff? And so I'm going to be showing you that today. So right off, let me show you just the brand new stuff that NewsELA has. First of all, one of the things I want you to understand about NewsELA is they are putting out 15 articles a day. That was not something that always happened. And so just know that that tells you a lot about them. They're staying current, and they're giving you a lot of choices. So that was a big plus for me when I heard about that and read about it. This is the NewsELA binder. It's the free version. And you can see here that I have had some kids take the quiz. If you're a NewsELA user, you know that it's real easy for kids to jump on and to just go ahead and click and do the quiz. And I've actually never taken it to the next level. I usually have them do the quiz for fun, but right now I'm going to look into how can I actually What I used to do with NewsELA was come over and print out an article that I liked and print out the quiz, and then I would grade it that way. But this gives me some information for the class. This tells me a real quick formative, or sorry, a summative, no, it would be a formative assessment. I apologize. A formative assessment, just letting me know how much did this class understand. My kids in my 7th period class got 100%, which blows me away because they were acting terrible today. And don't tell anybody. I'm sure you've never had a class that acted up before. But I really liked it because we chose the article together and then I assigned it to them, and then I can kind of see, hey, this is the average time they spent reading it. And this was the level that they chose. I showed them how to change the level. And so I allowed them to choose their level this time. So if you click on, this is the only thing that the free version will do for you. You know what? I have not clicked on, sort by. Okay, so if I click here, it's going to say, hey, purchase me. You know, maybe you can get your campus to purchase it for you. You could go in and see the individual scores, and I'm sure that you could sync it with Google because they already sync their class list, as so many places are. Okay, so what else? Let me go back. Okay, and this pops up a little bit, but I mean, really, when I use this, I'm not in here a lot. The kids use it a lot, and so I let the kids use it. Okay, so I assigned this article, but to assign it, let me show you my classes. So you have to highlight over here, you hover, you go to classes, and it takes a minute for it to pop up. It looks like your classes aren't there, and then watch. Wait for it. Boom. It just shows up. I don't know why it's been doing that all day. So then you can see the class code, and you can go in, and it's not like Google Class. It kind of works backwards. You can't click on the class. The class is unclickable. And so you're like, okay, well, how do I assign something? Well, you have to go in to the library and pick an article. And so let me take you through choosing an article, because there are some new features about choosing an article. They have this over here on the left-hand side where it's got narrow your choices. So I can click, you know, for 7th graders. I can also click for multiple grades too. Okay. So it's got that. Then let's say I want them to work on a reading skill. I want them to work on point of view and the purpose, because my kids really need that. And of course I want it in English. Oh, look what it's doing. I'm not even realizing this. It's showing the number of how many are available as I'm clicking on it. And then it's showing me that these things are not even available for this. Okay, I don't like that. Let's do something else. Let me go back. I want a bigger, wider scope. So I'm going to go, let's go to current events, like War and Peace. Let's see what's going on there. Okay, so let's say 6th grade. Okay, and now you can see the numbers are a lot higher. And I'm going to click on, I'm going to click on that, but then I'm also going to add point of view. Okay. And I don't think that's giving me, let's unclick those. Those are not helping with the numbers. Because I really want to get down here for you to see this, and we're still not seeing it, but we will, don't worry. So let's see, let's just go back. one of the basic things about being on a new application is just clicking, and like all things, they add new pieces, and so that can change your answer. So, all right, so let's see. Let me show you how I might choose another way to choose an article. Let's see. Okay, this is so much better. Did you see how I just clicked on the news button? And now it's that just widened my scope to like, look at the numbers. That's crazy ridiculous. That's awesome. Okay, so now I've got like all these choices. Okay, and I'm going to come down here. I want to look at these things called power words, and it's still not coming up, but that's okay because I did find an article with power words for you. And I'm telling you, today when I was searching, they were all around. Even if, let's see if I wanted to take this off and see if power words, oh, look at that. Suddenly 225 articles have power words. This thing right here is really, really cool. This thing called Max 6. These are articles where the max level is 6th grade. So what does that tell you? That means that it's going to go lower. So apparently a lot of teachers got together and said, hey, the Lexile level that you're offering is not high enough for us, or is not low enough. We need you to go lower. And they did. Okay, so we've got some articles that give us both. Oh, and here's something cool. See how I'm hovering over this stuff? If you get used to these little icons, here we go. This is a Max 6 article. It's got some power words. See the little lightning bolt. And then this is what you can read for. So if you're a reading teacher, this part comes in handy. So let's look at Chocolate Labs. I love the titles. They always make sure the titles are either clear or they're kid. And then the other thing is the pictures always grab the kids too. I mean, I don't know what it is about kids needing, I mean, you know, they're kids, and I'm finding out as I teach 6th graders that they just need it presented to them in a fun way. And if you put a highlighter in their hand, or what are those pens that, those pens that you can, oh, I'm sure y'all are screaming the name of it right now. The ones where you can see the invisible ink. Suddenly they want to work with those pens. And so that's great. Okay, so here's the article we chose. And if you remember, I was wanting to assign it. So right here, I just click right here and I go add to a text set. I believe that's what does it. Create a new text set. This may be something different. Yes, the blacklight pen. My friend Arlie just let me know. She's actually answering questions for you guys. If you have any, she can text me, or she's communicating with me, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. Let's see. Okay, so I assigned another article. But before I do that, let's just go back into this one about the Chocolate Lab, so I'm not running everywhere. Here's what's new for your students. So as they are reading, you want to talk to them or show them, this is not a new feature, but you've got the Lexile levels, and it goes all the way down to 340. I've got some kids right now who need that. Level 2, 345 words. I mean, you can't beat it. You've got the light bulb right here, and you've got, if you watch the hover page, I mean, it just really gives good advice. You could even make those questions. Okay, so then here's a new feature. I love this. Look, click, bam. And let's say it's a really low kid. Oh, they don't know how to say it. Click.
Quickly. If something is done quickly,
Isn't that cool? Isn't that so cool? Now you can't hear it. I don't think you guys actually heard that. I'm going to take my, there. I don't actually need these in here. Here, I'm going to play it again.
Quickly. If something is done quickly, it is done fast.
Okay. Yeah. So, and I probably need to go a little bit faster anyway. So thanks for that. There's not really a lot they could do with this. The kids had a good idea. We played with this today in class, and the kids found another feature for me. This is really cool. If you highlight, so let's say I double click and I highlight. Uh-oh, watch this not work. Oh, I'm on a Chromebook. Hold on, let me hold it down. Okay, there we go. That's not annoying. So did you see this little thing pop up right here? I love this. Love it. Okay, they get to pick a color. Hello, sixth graders. Anybody. So I'm feeling like green right now. So that turns it green. Okay. Well, let's say, let me be purposeful. Hold on. Let's say I assigned for the kids to, I wanted them to highlight the word or the sentence. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it let me. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is just, I just now discovered this. See what happens. Look, oh, that's so stinking cool. Okay, so if you double click on it, wow. If you double click on it, you get a sentence. And let's say I ask them to annotate and now write another sentence with it. Okay, very cool. Now I don't know how to get out of it. I'm going to say got it. Oh, and it takes me right back. Wow. Let me try that again. Okay, double click. Dude, that's really cool. Okay. So, okay, so I'm going to highlight beside the words, or I'm going to highlight the whole sentence. And then I'm going to, let's see, what should I tell my kids? Dogs like Slasher talk to protect their owners. I'm going to say, come up with another word or tell me what it means. And I would have my kids write, keep them safe. Or keep safe, since we're trying to do one or two words. And then it stays right there. And if I refresh, let's hope that my name comes up. It does, because it's been doing it all day today. Okay, so there's my name. Okay, so now what you could do is print out what you have, and I believe it'll print out, it'll have your annotation. So let's see if it does that. Watch it not do that. Oh, that's sad. Okay. All right, so they're not there yet, but that's how you print it. All right, so what else is new? So I showed you the highlighter thing. I showed you the power words. Here's the big thing for reading teachers. Star reading, for as long as I've been in Texas, which is only 4 years, but they want you to, and my reading and ELA teachers know this, they want you to compare texts. And so I don't even have to, one of the really time consuming things for reading teachers is finding texts that have things in common. And so I can come here. This is so cool. Here it is, a mile in our shoes. And I go here. And it's just really loading slowly for some reason. And people with disabilities. It's a text set, so let's see what's going on. Okay, so you've got these big question ideas right here that they're setting you up with already. And I don't know, I like reading these because it gets me in the mood for looking at the big picture. And then right off, you can choose two articles and just know that they're automatically connected. And they're from all different categories. That's what's so great because kids need to be they're a little abstract in that they're not directly connected. And that's what they're doing on Star. They're placing two things that aren't directly connected and they want you to find a commonality. So apparently there's a commonality between health and let's find something random, money. So all these things have a connection. And of course, we know the connection is identity, diversity, justice, and and then of course talking about an action that you could take. Um, so when I found this feature, it was just very calming to me because it took a lot of the work out. We're down to about 5 minutes, and so I'm thinking, um, trying to think of what other things that I have not showed you. The excuse me. The unit section is really for people who are going to pay um, I didn't really see a lot of possible uses for it. I'm not sure if some of it was free. I think maybe these pieces might be free. So we're just patient. Okay. Wow, this is just really, really taking a while. All right, I'm down to about 4 minutes. Let me see if I can just show you this part real quick. And, well, it'll let me save the unit. Okay. Yes, Arlie is going to go ahead and start posting or pasting the link for getting credit. And so if you are on and you need credit, she will post that for you. It doesn't look like units is really something that we can use. But back to the article real quick. I just wanted to show you one more feature. You know how it used to have just 4 questions? Something that I found is that it will give you 4 questions, but now they're adding one more thing. And they added written questions to it. So as soon as this comes up, I will show you. And then I'll say closing remarks and we'll head out. If it'll, yep. Okay, open activities. Oh, look at this. This one has power words in it. It's so cool. And this one you can't it won't open up for you, but look what you could do. You can like put this on the screen and you could go through this with your kids and click and then it'll go to the next one. So it's not letting the kids take it, but okay, with the kids. And then, of course, it's got the regular things. Here's the quiz that we're all used to. Here's the new feature right here, the NewsELA writing prompt. Okay. And, okay. So it looks like you'd have to do it on paper. Not sure why. You know what? I think this is a okay. If I'm correct, I believe that the kids can write on it. And when I was working with the kids and I was looking at their screen, I think it's writable for them. So for some reason, it's not. So, oh, look at the bottom. It pays to read notes. Students won't be able to respond to your prompt until you assign this article. Responses will then appear in your binder. Ooh, that's really cool. Okay, I'm sure there's more we could learn about that. Um, that's really great. Okay, so if the responses show up to me all at once, kind of like in a Google Doc, not in a Google Doc, sorry, and like an Excel where I get all the answers, that would be awesome. Okay, so there's NewsELA, and I am here for questions. I don't think anybody has questions. Arlie hasn't let me know. So apparently, you guys know everything there is to know about NewsELA. Um, any funny middle school jokes out there? Pass them my way. Um, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you so much. Y'all have a good night. Bye. I'm going to have to figure out how to say goodbye. Hmm. Okay, and it looks like I'm still on. Okay, and it looks like I'm still on. All right, almost done.